Now listen to Bill Maher give Sonny a picture-perfect example of just how delusional and idiotic the whole woke movement got with its perceived virtueness.
We used to do, well, you did it. I was a guest on what was the homeless show? Comic Relief.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You were, great show.
Yeah.
And homeless was a term that I thought we kind of came up with because people were calling them bums and vagrants and hobos.
Now that's
homeless.
not good.
No.
It's unhoused.
Well, it's people
Unhoused.
experiencing
Now it's
homelessness. But they're experiencing it on the street.
Yeah.
Okay, the liberal view of that was for compassion's sake. We're the liberals, we're compassionate. Let's get these people off the street.
Yeah.
That's not the view of the, whatever word we're gonna come up with for this. Their view of the homeless is they're an endangered species that needs to be protected in their natural habitat. Living their best life under a bridge.
Yeah.
You know, that to me is crazy. That's the kind of things, I haven't changed on that. I still think we should get these people off the street. That's the compassion sake. So I didn't change, they changed, and there's lots of examples of that.
That same philosophy he's describing is what led to the rise in mental illness and trans ideology. At one point, being compassionate was saying, this person has problems, let's help them. But then wokeism turned being compassionate into not being able to criticize, not being able to deem anything that would end up in the victim bucket as bad or needing change. So where someone would once say, hey, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're not the opposite gender. Let's try to figure out what's making you feel this way so you can feel better. They now say, no, there's nothing wrong with this person. It's completely normal. Their delusion is real. And the only reason you'd have a problem with it is because you're a white supremacist oppressor. And you trying to get them to change their way of life makes them a victim. And if they're a victim, that means they can do no wrong. That means they can't be corrected. That means they have the superior worldview. And because wokeism is predicated around believing things that aren't real, that kind of delusional anti-reality worldview fit right at home with that movement. Wokeism tries to make things more complicated and convoluted than they need to be because the easy, simple, basic truth directly contradicts any woke beliefs. We've had a black president, therefore, America isn't racist. Men cannot be women. These concepts are simple and easy to understand. Wokeism relies on gaslighting you and saying because you don't have the plethora of useless degrees as these people who champion woke ideology, that somehow it's actually a topic that you just can't comprehend and don't understand the true meaning of because you aren't educated enough.